Have you ever said something important and watched it dissolve into thin air? You spoke. The words left your mouth. But somehow, they landed nowhere. No one responded. No one leaned in. It was like your voice existed in a frequency no one could hear. That's silence after you speak. When the room just continues without you, that is one of the loneliest feelings in the world. And the worst part? You start to believe the problem is you. That maybe your ideas are not good enough. That maybe you need to be louder, more aggressive, more demanding. So, you try harder. You talk more. You interrupt. You fight for space. And still, nothing changes. Here is what nobody tells you. The people who get heard, the ones whose words seem to carry weight the moment they open their mouths, they are not doing what you think. They are not louder. They are not more aggressive. In fact, many of them speak less than you do. They have made a quiet shift. An internal change so subtle that most people never notice it. But once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And once you make that shift yourself, everything changes. How people look at you. How they respond to your words. How they remember what you said long after you have left the room. Today, I am going to show you 5 of these shifts. We will start with the most accessible one and build toward the most powerful. And that final shift, the 5th one, is the one that ties everything together. It is the one that most people never discover. But first, understand this. Being heard is not about volume. It is not about domination. It is not about clever tricks or manipulation. Real influence is quiet. It comes from a place so deep within you that people feel it before they understand it. And once you learn how to access that place, your words will never dissolve into silence again. Let us begin. Most people announce their presence. They enter a room already talking, already moving fast, already filling space with nervous energy before anyone has even registered they are there. It is like they are afraid that if they do not make noise, they will not exist. But here is what happens. When you announce yourself, you put people on alert. Their defenses go up. They are already preparing to tune you out before you have said anything meaningful. The first shift is this. Stop announcing. Start arriving. What does that mean? It means you enter a space like you already belong there. Not arrogantly, not loudly, just calmly. Settled. Your body relaxed. Your movements unhurried. Your presence says, I am here, without your mouth needing to say a word. Think about the people you respect most. The ones whose words carry weight. Watch how they enter a room. They do not rush. They do not fidget. They do not immediately start talking to prove they deserve to be there. They simply arrive. And in that arrival, they create space for themselves without pushing anyone else out. Your body speaks before your mouth does. When you arrive with quiet certainty, something shifts in how others perceive you. They make room. They wait. They become curious about what you will say because your presence has already told them it might be worth hearing. This is not about being cold or distant. It is about being grounded, rooted in yourself. When you stop seeking permission to exist in a space, people unconsciously grant you authority within it. But presence alone is not enough. There is something in how you hold back that draws people forward. Listen to how most people speak. Fast, rushed, tripping over their own sentences, squeezing in as many words as possible before someone interrupts them. And why? Because deep down, they do not believe people will stay. They do not trust that anyone cares enough to wait. So they race. And in that race, their words lose all weight. They become noise. Background chatter that the brain filters out automatically. The second shift is this. Speak as though your words are worth waiting for. Slow down. Not dramatically, not artificially, just enough that each word has room to land. Let there be small gaps between your sentences. Let your voice settle into a rhythm that says, I am not afraid of silence. I am not afraid you will leave. What I have to say matters, and I trust you to stay for it. This is harder than it sounds. When you slow down, there is a moment of vulnerability. A moment where you are exposed in the space between words. Most people cannot tolerate that exposure, so they fill it with more noise. But when you learn to rest in that space, something remarkable happens. People lean in. They pay attention. Because in a world where everyone is rushing and interrupting and fighting to be heard, the unhurried voice becomes the most compelling sound in the room. Your pacing tells people how to receive your words. Rush, and they will treat your message as disposable. Slow down, and they will treat it as something worth holding on to. Yet even perfectly paced words can fall flat if they are spoken into the wrong moment. Here is a mistake almost everyone makes. They walk into a conversation, a meeting, a gathering, and they immediately start contributing, adding their opinion, inserting their perspective, speaking before they have any idea what the room actually needs. And then they wonder why their words do not land. The third shift is this: read the room before you fill it. This is not passive listening. This is active reconnaissance. Before you speak, absorb. What is the emotional temperature? Is there tension, excitement, exhaustion, confusion? What has already been said? What is everyone avoiding? What does this moment actually need? Most people are so focused on what they want to say that they never stop to consider whether the room is ready to receive it. They throw words into chaos and then feel frustrated when those words get lost. But when you take time to understand what is happening before you contribute, your words become answers instead of additions. They land precisely where they are needed, and people feel the difference. They feel that you are not just talking to talk. You are responding to something real. You are meeting the moment. This takes patience. It takes the willingness to stay quiet longer than feels comfortable. But the payoff is immense, because when you finally do speak, your words carry the weight of understanding. And understanding is rare. Understanding gets heard. There is a deeper layer still, something in your eyes that tells people whether you are truly present. I want to pause here and ask you something. Have you ever felt like you were speaking, but no one was really there? Like your words were just sounds bouncing off walls, never reaching another human being? If that resonates with you, I want you to do something. Drop a comment below and just write, "I have felt unheard." That is it. 4 words. You are not alone in this. So many people watching this right now have felt the exact same invisible weight. And sometimes, just knowing that others share your struggle makes it a little easier to carry. Your comment might be the thing that helps someone else realize they are not the only one. So, if you have ever felt like your voice did not matter, let us know. We are here. We are listening. Now, let us continue. Eye contact is one of the most misunderstood tools in human connection. Some people avoid it entirely, looking at floors, at walls, at phones, anywhere but the eyes of the person in front of them. Others overdo it, staring so intensely that they make everyone uncomfortable. But eye contact is not about dominance. It is not about power plays or intimidation. It is about presence. The fourth shift is this: look at people as though they matter. Because they do, and because you are not afraid to be seen yourself. When you meet someone's eyes with calm, gentle confidence, you are communicating something profound. You are saying, "I see you. You are real to me, and I am real too. I am not hiding. I am not performing. I am simply here." Most people look away because being truly seen feels vulnerable. If someone looks into your eyes, they might see something you are not ready to show. So you avert your gaze. You protect yourself. But in that protection, you also disconnect. And disconnected people do not get heard. Here is the practice. When you speak to someone, hold their eyes for a few seconds, then look away naturally, then return. Do not stare. Do not perform. Just be present. Let your eyes say what your words cannot. I am here with you. When you do this, something shifts in how people receive your words. They feel that you mean what you say. They feel that you are not just speaking at them, but speaking to them. And words that are truly directed at someone, words backed by presence, those words get heard. And now we arrive at the shift that ties everything together, the one nobody expects. In every room, in every conversation, there is invisible pressure to fill silence. The moment a gap appears, everyone rushes to close it. Words pile on words. Noise covers noise, and in all that chaos, nothing of substance gets through. The fifth shift, the most powerful of all, is this: let silence do the work your words cannot. This sounds counterintuitive. If you want to be heard, Should you not speak? But here is the truth. The people who command the most attention are not the ones who talk the most. They are the ones who know when to be quiet. Silence before you speak makes people lean in. It creates anticipation. It says, what comes next is important enough to wait for. Silence after you speak gives your words room to land. Instead of immediately piling on more information, you let what you said settle into the minds of everyone listening. And silence in the middle of chaos, when everyone else is rushing to fill the void, that silence makes you magnetic. It makes you the calm center that everyone turns toward. I have seen this happen countless times. A room full of people arguing, interrupting, talking over each other. And then one person, the quiet one, says something brief. Maybe just a sentence. And suddenly, everyone stops. Everyone listens. Everyone agrees. It was not the words that carried power. It was the silence that surrounded them. This is not manipulation. This is simply understanding how attention works. Words surrounded by noise get lost. Words surrounded by stillness get heard. Practice this. The next time you want to say something important, pause first. Let the pause breathe. Then speak. Then pause again. Watch what happens. Watch how differently people receive what you say. Silence is not the absence of communication. It is the most powerful form of it. Here is what I need you to understand. These 5 shifts, they are not tricks. They are not techniques you perform. They only work when they come from something real. Arriving with presence only works if you genuinely believe you belong. Speaking slowly only works if you trust your words have value. Reading the room only works if you actually care about understanding. Eye contact only works if you are willing to be seen. And silence only works if you are comfortable in your own stillness. What ties all of this together is one simple truth. You cannot make people listen if you do not believe you are worth hearing. That is the quiet shift that changes everything. It is not external. It is internal. It is the moment you stop chasing validation and start embodying your own value. The moment you stop performing confidence and start actually trusting yourself. When that shift happens inside you, everything on the outside changes. Your body moves differently. Your voice sounds different. Your presence fills a room without you having to force it. And people, without even knowing why, start to listen. They lean in. They wait for your words. They remember what you said, not because you demanded it, not because you manipulated them, but because something in you told them, quietly, calmly, that what you had to say was worth their attention. And it was. The loudest voices rarely carry the farthest. It is the quiet ones, the grounded ones, the ones who have made peace with who they are. Those are the voices that echo long after the noise fades. Make the shift. Start today, and watch how the world begins to respond. If this resonated with you, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications. There is more to come, more truths that most people never hear. And I want you to be here when they arrive. Until next time, stay grounded, stay present,